All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I know that I have not been around for quite a while. I haven't really been making any posts. I haven't really been making any videos. I think I haven't released a video in 7 full days, which is the longest time that I've ever just taken a break from YouTube, right? But there has just been a lot of stuff going on. As you guys know, I am in the process of becoming a pilot. So we got that. And then I am actually going to the Netherlands tomorrow to get my jump wings. So we have those. And then after that, I am going to air assault school and I'm going on a deployment to the Middle East. So there is so much stuff that I've been having to do outside of YouTube. So that is the reason why I have a whole community post explaining everything. However, before I leave on this week-long vacation to go jump out of a plane and skydive, I wanted to give you all a video. And this video, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've already seen this video. So it's like a re-reaction, right? So I'm not going to have any surprise reactions. Y'all know that I got to keep it honest with you. This video is so bad. Like this video is just so hilariously bad. It's such good rage bait. It is 10 out of 10 rage bait. It is ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Of course, we're going to be pausing it and everything to give our own opinions. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. But I want y'all to see this if y'all have not already seen it already. Alrighty, was Need for Speed Unbound actually a good game? Let's go.
A score of 5.9 in the
hold
reviews.
Before we go too deep into this, I want to let you guys know all the audio that you hear is from this video. How he sounds. Any of like the mic pops or anything like that, that is from this video. That is not from me. I did not add any audio or anything. That's just how the video sounds. Just want to go ahead and put that out there real quick.
The physics and mechanics feel somewhat more better than...
Okay, so off rip, right? I'm gonna let him finish.
User reviews. The physics and mechanics feel somewhat more better than Need for Speed Heat. That's the only positive. Wait, actually, it feels...
I don't believe more better is proper verbiage, but we're not going to pick at that. That's however he talks, whatever, right? But this right here, you can't hit a car, right? You can't hit a car and then complain about physics. I love when people do that because all the people that complain about physics in this game can't drive straight to save their lives. They will literally be on a straight path and you'll see their car just do this back and forth. They can't drive straight to save themselves. Like that is crazy to me. Gun to the back of your head and tell somebody to drive straight and they couldn't do it. It'd be over. That life before their eyes just gone, just like that, right? So you can't complain about physics when you drive this way. When you drive bad, you can't complain about the physics because you don't know how good the physics are. You're driving bad. When you are a good driver and you're still complaining about the physics, okay, now I can probably see what you're talking about. But I mean, you over here hitting, everybody knows if you hit a car, your car locks up. Everybody knows that, right? So, I mean, look at this.
Better than Need for Speed Heat.
Come on now.
That's the only positive. Wait, actually, it feels familiar. Where did the physics and mechanics come from? Oh. Grip tuning is a fucking joke. Despite how...
Yo, we're not even 20 seconds in, and he's complaining about the handling again. And it's his own fault. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh. Grip tuning.
First of all, you're in a Beetle on railroad tracks, and you're saying grip is a joke. I firsthand, because as y'all all know, in my 1,500 hours on this game, I was first grip. I was about maybe 800, not even, maybe like 900 of those hours on the game, just practicing, I was grip. So for you to say that grip is a joke, absolutely is not. There are people out here that destroy. Quantum Terror, Comp Racer, full grip. He destroys grip racers all the time. He destroys all racers all the time. So for you to say that, once again, it's a skill issue, right? Like, come on, man. At least what you could have done is at least got a better clip, right? Because this just shows that it's a skill issue. Why are you going all the way out here? And why are you going that fast if you know there's a turn right here and you're on railroad tracks? Come on now, brother. Like, you see how he's on the inside and he doesn't crash? Why are you all the way out here?
Is a fucking joke. Despite how some customization looks good, it's still pretty much useless.
Right here. So we're 25 seconds in. My bad if I'm pausing all the time, right? But like I said, I've already seen this video. So he says customization is a joke. I don't see any customization right here. I see upgrades. And if he's talking about that, then upgrades are definitely not a joke. That's how you move your car through the tiers. So I don't really know what's going on there, right? But customization, you're not even on the customization screen, brother. So I don't really know how that's a joke.
Despite
I don't
how
know. I
some
don't know what he means.
customization looks good, it's still pretty much useless. Hope you like grinding because you're not only doing that for your cars, but you're also doing that to get more better parts. You need four
More better. And then he complains about having to do this, right? And the funny thing about that is people will complain that there's too much to do, but when they play a game like Forza that gives you everything, then they want to complain that there's not enough to do. It's a back and forth. People never know what they want, right? And stuff like this, and like, dude, all you got to do is do some races, you get some money, and all you got to do is just upgrade your garage. People are acting like it takes 10 million hours. And the crazy part about this is based on his rank, I guarantee bro has not been playing since day one, right? And everybody since day one knows that you have it way better now. You can go to lockdown and make 3 million in 30 minutes. Easy, insane money. And you can do boosted playlists. You can do races by yourself. You can do all that sort of stuff, right? You have link ups if you still do those. Easy $125,000. Easy, right? So for you to be complaining about something like this, that honestly, in my opinion, that just goes to show how great this game is. That you're over here complaining about an upgrade system for a garage that has been in countless other racing games, not just Need for Speed, but racing games in general. Yeah. People will complain about this, but won't complain about the Ultimate Plus part system in Heat and how RNG dependent that was. Like, come on, man.
Because you're not only doing that for your cars, but you're also doing that to get more better parts. You need 4 cars and 4 different specs in order to compete in the Grand. And you only have 4 weeks to complete the Grand. Almost sounds like this game was developed only in 4 weeks. Besides Yaz, the traitorous pissy bitch, and ASAP Rocky Road Ice Cream, the rivals inside of this game are nothing more than just a bunch of filler nobodies. Seriously, who the hell is this guy?
Who does he think he is, kid?
But, and once again, right? People will complain all day. Oh, I don't feel connected to the game. Oh, there's no characters in the game. But when they give you characters in the game, that actually they took the time to write a backstory on every single character you're racing in the entire game. Now it's a problem. That like the community does not know what it wants. It never knows what it wants, right? And I mean, even if these do sound weird or however, whatever he described it as, right? Look at this. He's rank 18. Come on now. So they have all of this. They have a bio, nationality, and their age. I mean, come on, man. They didn't have to do any of this at all. They could have just had their name on here. So, and there's a lot of Need for Speed games that don't even introduce you to their character. They just show up and you're like, who is this? And you never find out. For the entire game, you never find out. So for him to be complaining about something so simple like this, it's ridiculous, right? And throughout this entire video, he doesn't really go into multiplayer at all. So he's one of those people that just was just on single player, and that's all he goes off of, which is fine. But let's remember that multiplayer is the basis of this game, right? That's what they strived for.
Bunch of filler nobodies. Seriously, who the hell is
and they
this
have this
guy?
for every character.
His kid posing like that. Think you can race me in that car?
You finish a race event and you have a good chance of transitioning to a police chase. Oh, what fun. You get to deal with Lakeshore's useless law enforcement. Most of the time, they're easy to evade, but sometimes they're annoying to deal with. Am I really?
Now, before he goes into the next point, I will say that the transition is definitely something that was not needed. That kind of does ruin the immersion. But I mean, people were complaining about cops not being in the game for the longest time, right? And we have cops in the game. I mean, come on, man, right? Like, what do you want from them? What do you want from the dev team at this point? I mean, at this point, you're just complaining about everything. Police chases. How are you going to complain about a police chase in Need for Speed? If that's the case, don't play Need for Speed. Don't they have cops on the cover of Need for Speed Unbound? Or at least on the back? I don't know. I didn't get this game. I got this game digital. But how are you going to play a Need for Speed game, illegal street racing game, and then complain about cops? That, like, come on, man. What are we doing here, right? The cops can be annoying. They can be, they could be annoying. They could be all, whatever word, adjective you want to use, right? But at the end of the day, we do have cops in the game. This is a illegal street racing game. This is from the Need for Speed franchise. Need for Speed is known for cops. So For you to get mad that there are cops at the end of a race, I mean, does it really make sense, or are you just nitpicking, right?
Are you playing Need for Speed, or am I playing fucking Splinter Cell Chaos Theory? No! No! Of all things, I despise the burst nitrous mechanic. It does basically nothing to boost your car.
And that's how I know bro is just completely lost. Like, this man said, keep in mind that burst NOS is so hated because it does so much for your car. It does so much that you're able to Tron turn at high speeds. You're able to direct your car a whole different direction based off of boost alone. That's why a lot of people do not like burst NOS in this game, right? They don't like it because it's so powerful. This dude just said that he doesn't like burst NOS because burst NOS does nothing. At that point, I almost turned off the video because clearly bro does not know what he's talking about. He might have maybe 10 hours on the game. He doesn't understand how to micro drift. He doesn't understand how to have burst NOS so that you have 3 bars, not just 1 or 2 bars. But right here, I mean, everything else that he says kind of goes out the window. Burst NOS doesn't do anything. It literally makes your car jump from like 100 to 150 off rip immediately. And that's a low ball too, to be honest. And I mean, you burst NOS through corners, you burst NOS on straights. You can tell how fast burst NOS actually impacts your car and how good it is, right? So I don't know what dude is talking about right there.
Nitrous is a better experience in regards to Midnight Club and Mario Kart, but the real effect of Burst Nitrous, aka the Power Shot Nitrous, inside of the Need for Speed franchise is Most Wanted 2012. The idea of implementing cel-shaded characters to provide some form of cartoony effect within this environment that comes from Need for Speed Heat is nothing more than noted out as absolute ass juice.
Now, for this right here, I'm not going to harp on him too hard, just because that's just personal preference, right? Like, if you don't like this, that's fine. I know a lot of people that do not like the cel-shaded stuff. They would just prefer it for everything to either be 100% realistic or 100% animated, or have the animation or cel shading and everything, right? So that's cool. I don't think it looks bad. I think that it was a perfect mix of how they just wanted the characters to just be a little bit cartoony, to be able to express themselves a little bit better, especially with the animations for the cars, while also keeping the cars super realistic, right? So, to be honest, I think it was a perfect mix. I don't think it would have looked good if the cars were cartoon. I don't think it would have looked really that good for Unbound's theme in general if everything was realistic. I don't think Unbound and everything being realistic in general, I don't think that would have meshed well. I don't think they would have been able to sell as well. I don't think they would have been able to advertise as well. The gameplay would probably be a little bit different than what it is, because I really think that Unbound is just built on how everything looks in the game in general, right? So I think it was a perfect mix.
If you intend to make
but if y'all don't like this, that's fine.
You might as well do the same for the map and the car. A little hot take.
Yeah, like this right here, this looks terrible. And it can't just be me, right? This looks genuinely bad. If my game was like this and my characters were like this, I would not play the game. It looks like it's Hot Wheels. It looks like Hot Wheels, right? All the angles and everything look wrong and all that sort of stuff. Everything is disproportionate. I would not play that. The reason why I think that, on top of their theme, I think they did not change the cars for Unbound is because at the end of the day, Need for Speed, they want realism in their games. Even if it is arcade, that way people can relate to those cars because they've seen them in real life. They see a car, oh, they saw the dark horse on the road. Now they can play as the dark horse. But in Need for Speed, right? But if they have a car like this, you don't see this on the road. You don't know what this is. Especially the younger audience, they're not gonna, bro, they think this is lame. This is corny. And I'm the same way. This does not look good. So I think people want to drive those Lambos. They want to drive the Bugattis. They want to see the real thing, the real deal, even if it is a little bit animated with the tire smoke.
Despite the fact that it's not really the best inside of the franchise, Need for Speed Nitro did a lot more better, not just for the character, but this also applies to the cars and the map inside of Need for Speed Nitro. Deadly and illegal takeover events if they were led by a musician, or basically the crappier versions of the Hoonigan events in Dirt Showdown. Please stop with the fucking checkpoint races! Car customization options, basically the crappier.
Now let's go back to this, right? I mean, it being ran by ASAP, fine. to be honest. Like, I don't really have a problem with that. I don't really think anyone should have a problem with that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who it's run by. You're just doing it, right? Takeovers, it's an event. It's an illegal event. I don't know why he put illegal in here. The whole game is illegal. The whole point of Need for Speed is illegal. Illegal activity, right? So I don't really know what the gripe is with this. Takeovers, getting the points, I would say, can be a little bit annoying and repetitive, just because of the movements that you have to do. But I mean, what did y'all want, right? If the game just had races in it, I guarantee people would complain. And then we have on the other side people complaining that there's not just racing in the game. So, I mean, I don't understand what you really want them to do about it, right? And I'm pretty sure some of the takeover stuff you don't even have to do. I'm pretty sure this is optional, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played the story in quite a long time, but I'm pretty sure takeovers are optional.
Takeover events, if they were led by a musician, or
like that doesn't even matter.
Crappier versions of the Hoonigan events in Dirt Showdown. Please stop with the fucking checkpoint races! Car customization options, most of them being hideous, and all of them being practically useless. Like,
what does he mean by useless? Like, what does he want the customization to do something? What does that mean? This is not Forza. This is not Gran Turismo. This is not Assetto, where the spoiler actually has downforce. And when you drop your car, it actually does something. That's not what this game is. This is an arcade racer. Need for Speed is an arcade racer. And I love how he picked this car to showcase how bad the customization is. Notice how he didn't pick another car that has really great customization, which is majority of the cars in this entire game. I would say maybe the Maybach and like the M1 have really bad customization, and that's just for some of the body kits. He didn't show the good ones. He just showed the bad ones. Every game has distinct body kits that can apply to everyone. I could think this one is good. But to say that these are just bad kits in general, no, they're not. Like, come on, man. Let's stop
honestly,
nitpicking.
I don't know what the fuck I was smoking while trying to customize this shit box. God, I wish I could stop seeing these stupid ass special.
And the irony about it is the M1 is actually a really good car to drive and racing in general. So that's the funny part about it.
Effects inside of this game, and there is a way to do it by modding, obviously, because it's much more better. Or you have to do it through your auto shop and go to the Vanity section. Speaking of which, whoever has done it like this instead of adding it as an option inside of the pause menu, thank you very much for reminding us that you're nothing more than just a lazy sack of shit. And Vanity.
Okay, so to break that part down, keep in mind we are 17 minutes in and we are at not even 3 minutes, right? So to break what he just said down, he's complaining that there's animation trails, and he's complaining that they gave an option to take the trails off, but it's not convenient for him in the pause menu. That's what he basically just complained about. So instead of just taking 2 seconds to go to customization, which keep in mind he was in anyway because he was just talking about the body kits, so he's already in that section. Instead of just taking it off there, he's mad that it's not in the pause menu. Why would a customization option be in the pause menu? What customization options are in the pause menu? Go look through it and tell me. Like at this point, you're complaining just to complain.
Vanity customization, such as projections, neons, and air suspension, much like the car customization in general, is obviously useless and pointless. Regardless of the fact that this game has somewhat better gameplay physics and mechanics than Heat,
See, this is what I'm talking about. Notice how he can't drive straight to save his life? That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this.
Regardless of the fact that this game has somewhat better...
It's a straight road. It's literally a straight road.
It's a fucking snooze fest. Oh, what the fuck is this song? Can you please change it? There we go. It's all just fucking sprint racing. $45.
Which is wrong again. It's not just sprint racing. I would love for him to do track day special. I would love for him to do Drifter's Delight, right? Everything is not a just straightaway race. Everything is not a sprint race. So once again, either he just has not played the game long enough or just is talking out of ignorance. Once again, he's wrong.
just for these 3 cars with wide body kits. I could have bought 2 pizzas. Or, well, you know, a much better game. A bunch of volume custom pack vehicles, which are the pre-existing ones you see inside of the base game, which is both annoying and doesn't make any logical sense, but whatever. Charging me $6 just to buy 3 hero cars that were from Need for Speed Heat as reward vehicles is a sin. These vehicles are in the same volume. Why are you charging me them separately? Oh yeah, the map and the environment inside of this game are absolutely boring, regardless if it was daytime or nighttime. The AI in
Okay, so let's go through the map, right? Let's go through the map. We have speed traps, we have hot laps, we have drift events, drift zones. You can go through cops, you can get chased by cops, you have jumps, you have billboards, you have collectibles with the bears, with the paint. So I don't really know what he's looking for regarding just the map being boring. The map looks great. It has a city, and it also has, you know, open areas, right? So I don't know, compared to like Hot Pursuit, which literally has nothing on free roam at all. You can only drive around. There's no events on the map at all. I don't really know what people are looking for when they say that. Sure, I guess.
Inside of this game stands for annoyingly incompetent. Incompetent because they get into more accidents than the average player. And annoying because you could clearly see that the AI is pulling the exact same trick from the AI in Forza Horizon. And they say rubber banding.
Look at that kid just drive straight.
Content-wise, this game has gotten the GTA 5 treatment where single player didn't get a single bit of special content.
So single player does have content. They don't have any of the DLCs. If that's what he's talking about, then he's 100% correct. But they have the new cars. They had all that sort of stuff. So they do technically have new content. Yes.
All the updates via volumes has only been included in online mode. Reward system inside this game is basically the Fortnite Battle Pass style in online mode. Unless you pay $15 per se to get the Battle Pass in regards to this game, you only get 1 car each and every single volume in online mode. And most of the reward vehicles that you see inside of this game have a heavy bias of being reported from either Payback or even Heat, maybe even 2015. And so
what do you want from them, right? Like, and I feel like he's the type of person to ask for something completely off the wall, like a French brand or something like that. Come on now, bro. Like, what exactly are you looking for with something like that?
So little that each and every single car, like the DeLorean DMC as an example, is basically new. Yeah, sure, you may say that Turn 10 does the same for Forza Horizon, but hey, at least I'm not being charged to win a single car. Plus, it's a vehicle that I haven't tried before. I can't say the same for this game. Plus, Turn 10 wasn't charging us extra in regards to licensing issues in Forza Horizon 4. Apparently, politics exist inside this game. They serve literally no purpose inside of the game. Apparently it was done to introduce another antagonist that hates street racing. A fucking police sergeant for the street racing unit with his kick-ass Corvette has a better chance of making me shit my pants rather than some dumb fucking politician.
Everyone.
The story inside of this game has been terribly written, and the plot inside of said story is absolutely retarded.
Alright. Because, as I said, I already watched the video. I knew this point was coming. Let's keep it a buck here, right? And honestly, I'm surprised I haven't made a video on this. No Need for Speed story is good. None of them. Not Most Wanted, Hot Pursuit, LOL, because it doesn't even have a story. Not Payback, not Rivals, not Unbound. No story has been good. It's filled with cliches, terrible characters, and the pacing is terrible. And every single Need for Speed ever. So come on now, like what we all wanting like God of War writing. Like come on, let's keep it a buck here, right?
It starts off with you and Yaz after rebuilding a car, and then encounter a bunch of racers while test driving the car. for a bit and you could see Rydell working on an Aston Martin DB11 and has a different unique selection of vehicles inside of his auto shop. You enter alongside with Yaz inside of the car that you two were restoring and talking about street racing, which is the common norm for Need for Speed really. Rydell is impressed on the work between you and Yaz, not like that actually matters. Then you and Yaz talk to Rydell about racing and then Rydell says yes. But he also says,
"Don't just say shit, win shit."
Time passes by, you do a few races, you end up getting a few phone calls here and there, and then we reach to this point. Picking up a cherry-looking Nissan Z prototype. After delivering the Z prototype to its destination, you try calling Yaz to see where she and the rest of the others are at, only to find out that she hasn't answered her phone. Only to find out that the alarm to the auto shop has went off and now you gotta storm your way all the way over there. We drive over to Rydell's garage and oh no, his cars are being stolen away from the garage, and oh no, it's not just one car, and oh, Rydell is trying to come in the middle and try to stop them, but...
So, I know a lot of people that have a problem with this scene, but the hilarious part is, aren't in the other Need for Speed games, your car gets stolen? Or you're, like, isn't that a whole cliche about Need for Speed in general? Is it 50% of the storyline of all the games because your car got stolen? So it's like they're just redoing it, right? But instead of just one car, it's multiple cars. So I mean,
but it's really not
this has
working.
happened before.
We got to the shop all too late as all the cars have been stolen. Yet we helped Rydell back up on his feet, and oh no, the Z prototype has been stolen as well. And look who came in at the very last moment when all of this was happening. The traitorous crybaby ass bitch, who now works with an absolute nobody of an antagonist that goes in the name of Alec. Into a small little heated argument between the three, and Yaz drives away with the car. 2 years later, done a repair job on an old Volvo. Call and try to talk to Rydell for a little bit, and then take the R32 to pick up a customer. You pick up the customer, which is another character that I despise the very most, because throughout the progression of the story, this character really doesn't give a flying fuck about the player, nor Rydell. All she ever cares about is the money and fame. Both that bitch and EA has something in common in regards to money. You and Tess drive down into an underground.
I mean, is that not like that? If that's supposed to be her whole character, why are we complaining about her character? If somebody's designed in a way like that, then clearly that's what they were designed for, right? In fact, I would even say they did such a good job designing her that you hate her and that you know her for that. That means they did a good job on her character. I mean, like, what do you want? Like, what?
On meetup, you and Tess end up talking to each other in regards to the underground scene inside of the game. Hey-oh, the traitorous bitch is in the house. And publicly announces the grand 4 qualifier races in 4 weeks. The prize money? A shitload of dough. Or essentially through the progression, the car that you and Yaz rebuilt. That is much later inside of the story. After being in that meetup for a little bit, you end up driving to Rydell's garage with Tess riding alongside with you. Rydell pulls up in the middle of nowhere, prepared to knock some tonsils out of Tess with a baseball bat. You and Rydell end up having an argument to each other in regards to Jasmine and your car that you rebuilt. Even the topic of the garage was included. And apparently Tess can get you hooked up in regards to getting a car and getting into the racing scene. Ain't no fucking way. She ain't even a racer. Later on in a Takeover event, you essentially see A$AP Rocky Road Ice Cream, a character in which has little relevancy in regards to the story. You get to the first qualifier in regards to the Grand, and you see Yaz pulling up once again. She most likely will be racing inside of this event, except she's not driving in your car, she is driving inside of Obbies' Plymouth Cuda. You then return to the meetup after completing the first qualifier and decided to confront the unsatisfied child named Yaz. Where racing against her inside of the Grand is more than just simply earning a lot of money, it was to get the car back. Oh my fucking god, why are you streaming this on TikTok? Fast forwarding to the max, you essentially
That's realistically what would happen, I go lie.
You are now able to race against Yaz and try to get your car back, and on the side of winning that massive cash reward. And once again, Tessa's not there because she cares about the player. She only cares the big fat fucking stacks of money that is put on the line. And the worst part is, she's been putting up some deals alongside with Alec in regards to all of this. Yes, the same faceless nobody of an antagonist inside of this whole entire game. What's even more worse than all of that is in regards to as to how the ending goes towards this game. You not only get
the ending is pretty bad. I will give him that.
Also, Yaz ends up returning back to Rydell's garage.
That doesn't make any sense.
Alec ended up suffering from his own downfall, which I could give less a shit about because it's not like I could race against him. But this whole entire revenge plot of a fucking story, you can't just expect it to be a fixed relationship just over one fucking race.
And I've made a video about this before. Like, that part right there, that it does seem like they either ran out of time or just got lazy at the end of the story, because she stole hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, in cars, right? And she just gets accepted back. No jail time, no outcasting, and the cars are still gone. Like, where are the cars that you stole? So yes, that 100% makes sense. 100%. That makes no sense.
Relations are not fixed easily. Voice acting was fucking AIDS.
Hey, yo, yes. What's up? Long time.
Hey, yo. The story, the voice acting was fucking AIDS.
Hey, yo, yes.
But I mean, you can't complain about the voice acting if you go back to Most Wanted. He's talking about, I'ma steal your girl. That is the most corny, terrible thing I've heard in a video game, right? So I mean, is this bad? I guess, sure, but come on now. All these other Need for Speed games with all that voice acting, why are you surprised that there's not great voice acting in this game? It's a Need for Speed game, right?
Yes. What's up?
But anyway, I mean, that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this. I personally, as you can see, I dislike the video because why, right? The majority of this video didn't really make any sense. I'm all for people's opinions, and that's what this video is. But when you're just talking about stuff that's just blatantly wrong, like burst NOS doesn't do anything, you haven't played the game. Grip doesn't do anything. It's irrelevant. You haven't played the game. Customization doesn't do anything. It's not supposed to. It's not a sim. It's an arcade racer, right? So all that sort of stuff, come on, man. Like, play the game. That is my answer to this video. Play the game. Maybe your opinion will change. However, if you just don't like the game, then don't continue to play the game. Simple as that. If you boys enjoyed, make sure you go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.